Hello and welcome everybody to today's Commodities Corner session presented by myself, Phil Carr at the Gold and Silver Club. Just before we get started, a very quick disclaimer, guys, to take a look at. I will be silent just for a few seconds here, giving you a chance to read through that, and then we will get cracking with today's presentation. Okay, great. So during today's session, we will be covering live market analysis. We will be providing a complete watch list of trading opportunities. So we'll go through some of the trade setups that we are looking at as we head into the US session this afternoon, as we head into the weekend and next week too. A forecast of where we see commodities heading over the next few days, where we expect the markets to move, and of course we'll be answering questions and providing live support. So if there are any questions or comments as we go through the session, do make sure you put those into the chat function, and we can certainly take a look at those as we continue with today's presentation. So before we get started, let me introduce you to the Gold and Silver Club. The Gold and Silver Club is the world's #1 commodities trading and investment coaching company. We are regarded as the go-to authority on commodities trading. So as internationally respected experts, our analysis and our opinions on the metals, the energies and the agricultural markets, they're routinely sought by major financial television channels and publications, which include Bloomberg, Reuters, CNBC, Global Banking and Finance Review, The Wall Street Journal. Of course, it's a pleasure to be here as well on binary.com. Our team of experts has trained and mentored over 100,000 private traders from all over the world to increase their wealth and generate substantial monthly income through commodities using our signature trading strategies. So for more information on the Gold and Silver Club and our expertise, please go ahead and visit our website, which is www.thegoldandsilverclub.com. Now, before we get started, we'll have a look at the price of gold right now. Gold is currently sitting at $1,326 US per ounce. Now, it's sitting at quite an important event area at the moment, so I want to cover this with you in detail. We'll look at gold, silver, we'll also look at platinum, palladium, and crude oil too. Now, to give you an idea of what we've seen in terms of investment flow over the last few days, let me just give you a little bit of research and a bit of background of what we've been seeing over the course of the last week here. So what we saw into the close last Friday was that hedge funds, they reduced their net longs on gold and they switched their focus into soft commodities. So we saw net long positions, which is essentially orders to buy, had switched from gold and it's gone into sugar, into coffee and cotton as well. So we saw significant breakouts on those markets last week, most notably on cotton. So net long positions across soft commodities, they are currently at highest levels on record as of the close last Friday. So we'll have more data on that by the close today to see whether that has continued. Now, interestingly, gold has been bid up again into the close yesterday. In fact, it's looking so far as we head into the US session like it's starting to get bid back up as well. Also seeing the pound starting to break down too, which at the moment does have an inverse correlation to the metals, which I'll cover with you in more detail very shortly. Essentially, to give you an idea in terms of investment demand, we saw coffee prices last week hit their highest level since February 2015. Coffee prices were up significantly. We saw slowing supplies, El Nino weather conditions continuing to drive prices higher. Coffee now up 35% year to date, with further gains expected on that market. And cotton was a runaway move. So we saw the cotton price break out 4 days in a row, surged 15% last week. It was the biggest weekly gain since 2012. So we've seen a little bit of a pullback on cotton over the course of this week, but cotton prices, they've been up 30% in the second quarter of 2016, which is double the gain seen in gold and oil during the same period. So that just gives you a bit of context of what we've seen in commodities over the last week. Now, as we head into the US session today, we've had a pullback on gold from 1,300 and about $76 per ounce. It's pulled back as low as 1,310. So it's been in the region of about a 650 point pullback here for gold since it breached 2-year highs at the beginning of this month on non-farm payrolls. So it is worth having a look at gold, definitely in more detail, because where it's sat right now, it is poised for the potential next leg up. So we'll have a look at that very closely too. In fact, I'll come back to you on the top trade of the week very shortly. Before we do so, I want to just cover some live technical analysis with you. So we are going to be using two types of trades. We are going to be using the higher and the lower type of trade. So if you're new to binary, we've got a real mixture on today's session. So if you're absolutely new to binary, this is a way of taking advantage of just very simple trade criteria. All you need to do is actually predict the direction of the market, the specified time frame, of course, the entry as well. So it's those 3 points. So we need to look at whether we want the price to go higher or lower. What is our entry price and what is the duration? Do we just want to be in that for a few hours? Do we want to be in it for the day, or do we want to be in it for a swing trade over the course of a week or so? So that is the main criteria. We can look for the market to go higher or for it to go lower. You don't need a stop loss. You don't need a take profit. So that is makes life a lot easier. It's a great tool for your trading toolbox to be able to trade this way as well. So I'll talk you through that in more detail when we actually move over to the chart. So without further ado, I shall bring you over to my charting and I will talk you through that. Okay, so we'll go over to some live technical analysis, then we'll come back to the top trade of the week very shortly. And as always, guys, keep the questions coming. If there are any comments, any questions, anything which you would like to us to have a look at further, do make sure you put those questions into the chat. Okay, good. So with that, let me just bring out my screen. Hopefully you should be able to see this in a few seconds. Okay, brilliant. So quick check-in, you can still hear me on the audio and you can still see the presentation as well. Yep, fantastic. Okay, thank you. Right, so first of all, Palladium. So for everybody who was on Tuesday's training where we did an introduction to commodities, we took a swing trade on Palladium to be higher by the end of the week. And you can see here, Palladium has continued to follow through. In fact, the last 3 days, we've seen a 3 white soldiers formation as we've continued to see Palladium ramp up. So you can see on higher time frames here, we've actually broken out to above 1-year highs at the moment. In fact, we'll just bring it out to the weekly chart and you can see this week has been a significant move on Palladium. We've really had quite a decent leg up here where we've actually seen Palladium take out, let's have a look, this is actually the highest level we've got to since about October 2015. So Palladium has really moved well. So again, if you did take that trading opportunity off the back of our session that we did on Tuesday, well done, because that trade is nicely into profit right now and is one of our top trades this week using binary options here, binary.com. So with that, Palladium has been a good mover. Should you get into this trade now? I would say yes and no. So yes, in that I do believe it has some more upside here over the coming few days here as we go into next week, because we're going to get a very strong weekly close here, and we've already entered into several positions earlier on this week, Monday and also Tuesday. I would suspect we're starting to get into overbought territory. So if you've still got a running trade on Palladium, I would keep that on, just let it expire naturally. But if you're looking for a fresh position, I would turn your attention to oil. So we're having a look at oil. Oil actually cracked below its weekly lows today. So this is quite interesting. So we've had longer term sell short positions on oil. In fact, we hit one of our profit targets earlier on this week, and oil has continued to really break down. It's just been grinding over the last about 4 or 5 weeks here, but slowly but surely it has been creating lower highs and lower lows. You can see here on the weekly chart where we put in a top around $52 per barrel. We've been talking about this for a while, where we expected further downside here for oil, and it's just slowly but surely been grinding lower. So at the moment, I do see an opportunity to sell into oil here. It's currently finding support at a key moving average. This is the 3rd test of that moving average this week. And in fact, we did break below it today, a little bit of a hammer forming, but I suspect we'll follow through during the course of the US session this afternoon. So I'll put that on your radar because we're going to come back to that very shortly, and I'm going to take a trade on that for the price to be lower. So you can see here we cracked through underlying support, especially if we close below this level today. That offers some really nice potential downside here. There's a lot of clean air until we get to around the 44.8 level, and then below that we could even come as low as 43, which from where we are at the moment would be a $3 move here for for Brent crude oil. So I do like the sell short opportunity on Brent right now. I'll come back to that very shortly. Now, if we move over to the other metals, gold and silver are interesting right now for a few different reasons. So the first point here is gold at the moment, it's not getting bid up during the Asia Pacific session. So we had quite a nice move to the upside off the back of the ECB interest rate, the decision to keep the interest rates the same yesterday. Then Mario Draghi was doing a speech at 1:30 London time, and following on from that, we did start to see gold ramp back up. In fact, it came all the way back up and closed very close to its daily highs around $1,331 per ounce. Interestingly, over the Asia Pacific session, initially we did see a breakout to the upside, but then we've seen a retracement, and we're hovering at the moment at 1,325 to 1,326 US dollars per ounce. Now, as we come into August, we would then expect the Asian demand to start to pick up overnight, because that is where we have the festivals in Asia, the wedding festivals most notably, and that is where typically you start to see gold demand increase over August, and that is where we can start to expect good moves during the day to follow through during the Asia Pacific session. But ever since non-farm payrolls at the beginning of this month, we've not seen much follow through at all during overnight trading during the Asia Pacific session. So that is just something to note at the moment, that we're not getting that typical follow through that we would expect. So what I'm looking at today is whether gold will follow the path of platinum and palladium and be able to break above its weekly highs here, and whether this is the short-term low. You can see we've come all the way back down to the lower end of the trend channel. We've got some underlying support at 1,310 US dollars per ounce. It's whether gold can hold above these levels and join the US session if it can continue to follow through and gain some momentum. So for me, it's not ready yet. If gold can break above its weekly highs, if it can break above the last 3 to 4 days worth of consolidation, then it's really going to be in play here. So if we can just breach above the last 3 to 4 days worth of consolidation during the US session today, I suspect that gold could then pick up momentum. Now also watch silver. So silver also broke above. So silver dipped yesterday. It came all the way down, very close to the lows it formed over non-farm payroll at the beginning of this month. So this was the whipsaw move we saw silver get bid back into. And silver did actually have quite a strong close yesterday. It came very close to its Fibonacci 38.2 fib retracement level here. We've also got some strong underlying support at the moment on silver, which is around $19.20 per ounce here, and we've just about broken above yesterday's high, and we've got a doji which is indecision here. Now what I would suggest is silver, it's either going to respect this overhead trend channel and it's going to roll back over, and it could get a retest of the 19 US dollars per ounce level again here, or if it can break above this resistance channel, we've got a lot of clean air here for silver to then ramp up and for its next leg higher. So again, it's not quite ready yet, but if we break above the last 2 to 3 days worth of consolidation here, so I'm looking for a move back above 20 US dollars per ounce. If we can get above that level, silver needs to pick up a little bit more momentum during the US session today. That could bode quite well, and we could then see some momentum to the upside here. So I'm watching that, the potential for a move here very closely on gold and silver. They've got more work to do. If it can't continue to follow through, it could just roll over and start to crack back down again, take out this underlying support and get a retest of 19 US dollars per ounce. You could also just add a pennant here as well, so we do have a bit of an underlying trend channel, so it may just come for a retest of this trend channel before it breaks out. So at the moment, watching silver and gold very carefully. It wouldn't take much to break resistance here for the next leg higher, but at the same time, it does need a catalyst to push it higher. It's the same situation for gold at the moment. I would also have your eye right now on some of the currencies which are moving. You've got a bit of an inverse correlation, particularly with the pound at the moment. Each drop that we're seeing in the pound, which is essentially causing a bit of additional uncertainty and fear in the market, has been supportive for gold. So if we do see the pound, which is looking a bit ropey today, it's sitting around its weekly lows. If the pound does drop as we go into the US session today, I would expect that to lend some support to gold and silver. So again, when the pound drops, it causes uncertainty in the markets. It increases fear. With an increase of fear, we tend to see gold and silver getting bid up at the moment. So it's just something to watch out for. Now, going back to the precious metal, the base metals here as well. So palladium is looking good. So again, for those of you who took a trade on Tuesday when we did the session on an introduction to commodities, that is looking good for the price to be higher into the close. Platinum as well, it's got overhead resistance. It's got a neckline which it continues to test, and you've got a W-shaped reversal pattern. So if we can crack above 1,105 US dollars per ounce this afternoon, or as we go into next week, I expect also platinum to follow through. So I do like this overall W-shaped reversal pattern, nice neckline overhead, a lot of consolidation. It doesn't need to do too much here to, in fact, break above resistance and then provide us with an opportunity to buy into platinum here as well. And also oil, we will look for a sell short opportunity. So I'm going to go ahead here and actually go for a sell on oil. So retrace a little bit, giving a better entry price here. So let me just do that. I will bring out oil and we'll go through that particular trade. Okay, I'll see how many hours I can get on this. Okay, 6 hours. Okay, right, so I've got my deal ticket in front of me at the moment. So this is for the energies, for oil. I'm looking for the price to be lower. So the purchase price on this is 1,123 US dollars per ounce for 1,123 US dollars for a payout of $2,000. So that is what I'm looking to do here. I'm looking just for the price to be lower. Start time will be at 11:55 GMT, which will be approximately starting in 6 hours time. All we need here, all I need here is the price to close 1 point lower than the entry here to win the entire payout. So I am going to go for that. 46.37 is the current price. I'm going to go for that duration over the next 6 hours. So hold on whilst I just take that trade. Okay, perfect. So that has been executed. So just to mark that on, so we can have that on the actual chart here, this is where we've gone in for a sell short. So again, on oil at the moment, I've taken advantage of the fact that we've had a bearish close yesterday. That's created a bull trap here where we just about broke above the hammer here, but then it reversed. You can see Fibonacci resistance. We've come down, we've cracked through the weekly lows here. We're getting a bit of a retracement around a key moving average today, but I suspect we're just going to slowly but surely grind lower. There's a lot of clean air to break down here now for oil. So I'm looking for this just to only needs to close 1 point lower than the entry here, and I'm looking to be out of that trade in 6 hours time. So that is the trade that we've taken on oil. So I've just gone ahead and executed that for a sell short. Now, over the course of today, we will be alerting all of our traders at the Gold and Silver Club to our entry and exit points for gold here, especially if we were to see additional follow through today. We will be providing the exact levels that we're getting into that trade. It will be the same for the other markets which we've discussed today as well. Now, I do get a lot of questions following on from these sessions, which is great, which often revolves around you like trading commodities, you would like further notifications. So if you would like to receive regular updates, regular trade alerts and trade notifications when we're exiting or entering into a trade management, absolutely, we can assist you with that. You can get access to that information. I appreciate that we make it look very easy, the way that we go through the charts, the setups that we are taking, but when you've actually gone and tried to do it yourself, it's not as easy, and you would like a little bit of assistance on that. So by all means, you can become a member of the Gold and Silver Club, get access to all that information. I'll go through that with you in a little bit more detail today, because we have been getting a lot of questions in terms of what that involves, what membership includes. So I'll go through that with you very shortly, just to give you an idea. So really the hot markets which we're keeping an eye on today, as mentioned, we've taken a sell short here on Brent crude oil, and we're watching very closely gold, silver for potential breakout trades today, or if they roll over and come back lower, that also does provide a trade opportunity. Palladium looking for some follow through, and also watching platinum very closely here as well. So just to talk you through our top trade this week using the Gold and Silver Club research-driven strategies, that has in fact been Palladium. So again, we took this trade actually during a Tuesday session where we've already had additional entries on this for a rise trade for the price to be higher once we broke above the 2016 highs here. So that's been a nice trade opportunity. So well done to everybody who took advantage of that move. Now also, going over to access to the Gold and Silver Club, all of our daily commodity analysis, our live trading ideas, ready to implement. In essence, if you would like to become a private member of the live trading room and also the Gold and Silver Club, absolutely there is an opportunity for you to join us. And what does that include? Okay, so as a member of the Gold and Silver Club, you get access to Master the Market. So that is 21 videos which provides you with our signature trading course designed to give you new and experienced traders an in-depth understanding of commodity markets, along with proven fundamental and technical trading strategies. So these are the exact powerful trading methods that professional traders in investment banks and hedge funds around the world, they use in their trading activities. This is one of the most comprehensive commodity trading programs available anywhere in the world that will teach you everything you need to know to become a consistent and profitable trader for commodities trading. As well as that, you get access to the live trading room webinars. So you get access to our exclusive live trading room webinars. You can watch the Gold and Silver Club experts do their analysis on the commodity markets right in front of you, pick out profitable trade setups, share exact entry, exit points, profit targets, stop losses that we are taking, as well as walk you through live trading ideas step by step. So that live trading room webinars really helps you to understand, implement the Gold and Silver Club live trade setups with high levels of accuracy and precision. Those are also all recorded. So if you happen to miss a session, you can then watch the recording. As well as that, you get trade notifications. So by email and SMS, real-time trade notifications alerting you to when you should enter a trade. You get notified on exact details of where to enter, exit, place a stop loss, and so forth. All trade recommendations, they're sent out in advance notice to ensure you have plenty of time to get into a position at the best possible price for maximum profits. Also, you get a weekly market forecast, so trade watch list for the week ahead. Every week, private members, they receive Gold and Silver Club's exclusive week ahead market forecast. That is a comprehensive video which outlines all the major economic events in the upcoming week, along with a watch list of trade recommendations or trade opportunities. The week ahead market forecast ensure that all traders are fully prepared for the week ahead, so you don't miss any opportunities. And also you get regular access to all of our previous weekly market forecasts as well. And finally, you get commodity research, market insights, so you get exclusive access to our proprietary trading research and fundamental outlook for the commodity markets, along with a comprehensive shortlist of the latest profitable trading opportunities. So our trading research is presented in such a way that it's guaranteed to give you the ultimate edge in the markets. And finally, you get trade support and mentoring, so you can really take your trading to the next level. You get supported every step of the way, and also that gives you really confidence and peace of mind. Our team of experts is on hand to help you, guide you through all the action. So whether that's mastering our strategies, managing your risk, or successfully helping you enter and exit every trade, we're there on hand to help you every step of the way. So essentially, the private members live trading room includes exclusive weekly live trading room webinars. You get live trade recommendations ready to implement for instant results, real-time trade notifications by email and SMS so you don't miss a profitable trade. You get live interactive Q&A, weekly webinars, the week ahead market forecast video and trade watch list, ongoing mentoring and support, master the markets training course and professional trading strategies, access to our exclusive commodity research and insights to give you the ultimate edge in the market. So again, if you would like to gain access to that, if you're really ready to take your trading to the next level with the Gold and Silver Club, all you need to do is go to www.jointhegoldensilverclub.com. So membership is by application only. Once you've completed the enrollment form, we will get in touch with you ASAP. Again, I'm asked frequently after these sessions exactly what the private members live trading room includes. That is just a comprehensive breakdown of everything that you get as a member of the Gold and Silver Club. So I'll just put that link in the description for you. If there's any additional questions on that, do feel free to ask. More than happy to answer any questions on that. Okay, perfect. So it's www.jointhegollandsilverclub.com. Membership is by application only. Once you've completed the enrollment form, we'll of course get in touch with you ASAP. Okay, fantastic. And now just a quick one in terms of major news items which we've got coming up over the rest of today's US session. I will just go through those with you. In terms of oil, we do have the Baker Hughes report, which is coming up a little bit later on this afternoon, which is going to be at 6 o'clock London time. So you just want to keep an eye on that. The oil, we're going for a sell short. We've gone for opportunity here in order to take advantage of further downside after we've broken through a key level of support here for oil. So do keep an eye on that. That will be later on in the session today. So that will be, again, just at 6 o'clock. Through some additional news items just that you need to have on your radar as we head into this afternoon as well. We've also got the manufacturing PMI, that is at 2:45 London time. That again can cause some volatility for the US dollar, also gold and silver. I would definitely keep an eye on gold and silver as we approach the US session this afternoon, particularly for some breakout trades, because if we do break above the last few days worth of highs, the pennant formation, there is an opportunity for some breakout trades there. So do keep an eye on that as well. Other than that, there's not a lot else in terms of scheduled news items this afternoon. So that's really the major items, manufacturing PMI, and also the Baker Hughes US rig count, which is at 6 o'clock London time. Okay, so with that, guys, I wish you good trading. Of course, have a fantastic weekend, and we shall speak to you very soon. And of course, I very much look forward to working with those of you who will be joining us at the Gold and Silver Club. Okay, take care, everyone, and we shall speak to you very soon. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.